Paltrocast.
This is the Paltrobox. 5 things that we're going to open today. Let's go with the heaviest one first. That would be this one. Can we open it from the side? We can. I see the Monster Energy logo. They have been very generous to the Paltrobox over the past few years, usually sending whatever their new monthly special is. And besides that generosity, kudos to Monster Energy for growing with new flavors, new partnerships, new arts-related projects, and so forth over the years. We're going to link to some of those interviews that they've given the Paltrocast. Whoa, I didn't mean to break that, but this looks to be Viking Berry. Viking Berry. Okay, Monster Juice, Viking Berry, 200 calories in this particular can. The Vikings were valiant warriors who loved a great drink. They saved the very best of what they gathered, grew, bartered, and pillaged for their celebratory feasts. Inspired by wild Nordic berries and Scandinavian fruit comes Juice Monster Viking Berry. Okay, so I messed up that little display. We will link to what it's supposed to look like. So apologies for brutalizing that, because it looks like it is a cool display that has more in it than a can of Monster Energy. Thank you, Monster. Sorry again for the presentation right there. I guess that's what happens when you open things from the side. Box 2. Nicely packed. Okay. This looks to be no packing materials here, but First Water, Nordic Spring Water by Alkvile, still suitable for babies. Okay, 500 milliliters, bottled at source in Nordic forests of Lithuania in Europe. All the zeros on the nutrition label for this one except the sodium. And this one, there's calcium, magnesium, potassium, silica, chlorides, bicarbonates. Okay, we're going to put more information in the copy as to what makes this brand special and different from other bottled water. I'm guessing it has to do with it being suitable for babies, whereas a lot of other brands are not. Thank you for sending that. Nordic water from First Water. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay. I know this is from the back of the packaging because we've had this brand on previously. McCaffrey Protein Bites. They were on probably 6 videos ago, if I were to estimate. And that is the brand of Ed McCaffrey, NFL great turned entrepreneur, and his family, which includes Christian McCaffrey. I recently interviewed Ed for the Paltrocast site and outlets and all that. We'll link to that. But long story short, you need your protein. This is, I believe, plant-based protein. Yeah, it says plant-based on all of them. So it is sweet but enjoyable and giving you your protein. Thank you, McCaffrey family, for doing what you do. Throwing it to the side. 2 more. These look to be books. Presumably they're books due to the packaging and all that. 501 Essential Albums of the 80s. You know, they'd sent us this for the 90s previously. Yeah, I'm looking at my bookshelf. Let me get that if you can hold for a second. Yeah, I knew where that was. The 90s version of that. So they're both by Gary Graff. The 90s definitely speaks to me. I see this Weezer album, one of my all-time favorites. Please Hammer Don't Hurt Him, which is the first cassette I ever purchased. One of the first cassettes I purchased. Dr. Dre, The Chronic. Green Day Dookie, one of the reasons why I started playing guitar. Love Entered the 36 Chambers by Wu-Tang. I see the Beastie Boys on there. This Foo Fighters album, one of my favorites when I was in high school. Teenage Fan Club, love them. Garbage. Okay, so this is going to be a great read for me. Cake Fashion Nugget. I think I bought that the week it came out. Bringing Down the Horse, I saw them, I think, like when they were on the second single at Nassau Community College, which I attended as a high school student, but don't tell anyone that I was in there underage. Long story short, looks like it's going to be a great read. Another great title from Gary Graff. Own that album. Liz Fair, Exile in Guyville. The second Sheryl Crow record, like that a lot. Yeah, looking forward to this one. And then last but not least, I dropped my knife, had to pick that one up. Okay, same publisher. Very generous of them for sending. Boyz II Men 40th Anniversary Celebration by John Morrison. I assume this is not professional wrestler John Morrison. Ashley Oaken, okay. Yeah, Boyz II Men was an interesting one. Still together at a high level, although there's 3 of them. I believe Mike has been long gone from the group. But if I remember correctly, it was that Michael Bivens from New Edition and Belle Biv DeVoe, basically signed them and discovered them and pushed them forward, and they were part of the East Coast family or whatever that label was called, and then they struck out on their own from Biv and then have continued on a high level. I don't think a lot of people make that connection that the Boyz II Men name came from a New Edition lyric. Is that Jill Scott? Yeah. Yes, there you go. Nathan, Michael, Sean, and Wanye. I remember as Wanye and not Wanya. I did like Boyz II Men a lot. Haven't seen them live, hope so one day. Yep, there's the 3 of them when they were doing the Vegas residency. Okay, so to recap, we have the Boyz II Men book, the Essential Albums of the 90s, which I'm going to guess will have the 2 album by Boyz II Men in there. We have some water from First Water. We have the McCaffrey Protein Bites. And we have Monster Energy. And we will put information about all of them in the copy. Thanks for watching. Thanks for reading. And thank you to these great brands for sending content and products to the Paltrobox.
Paltrocast.